War damn Eagle. That is correct, everybody. War Eagle indeed, as Auburn defeated Alabama on Saturday. Got the big win. It was a huge win. Quad one on the road, obviously. College Game Day was there for number one in the conference, number one versus number two. Today, we're just going to talk about some NCAA hoops. That's what we're going to talk about in today's video. We did get the initial 16 teams in the NCAA tournament. We're going to break that down. We're going to talk about that. Obviously, we're going to break down each region of the bracket. 4 teams got revealed in each region. So we're going to talk about where they should put each team. Do we like the bracket for the most part? And pretty much just go into some NCAA basketball discussions because we have not done that yet on the channel. So if you guys are new to the channel, you already know what to do. Leave a like, subscribe, turn that bell on as we do our best to post on this channel every single day. Of course, this is Monday's video. Tomorrow, we're going to talk about the Dallas Cowboys and the offseason. We're going to talk about players they need to bring in. We'll give a full finalized list of all the coaches because that has been finalized Wednesday. We will talk about the Carolina Panthers offseason. We'll talk about that offseason preview. Wednesday we'll talk about that. Thursday, I'm not sure what we're going to do, but Friday we are going to preview the MLS. I got my dates mixed up a little bit just because I thought MLS started a weekend earlier than it did, but it should be back in action as well. We may talk a little mid-major hoops on Thursday, so stay tuned for that one as well. So, without further ado, obviously we have a part of a bracket to break down, which is absolutely crazy because we are in February. It is going to be February 17th at the time you guys are seeing this video. So, we got a bracket to break down, or at least part of a bracket, so let us go ahead and talk about that right now. Alright, so we are going to start off in the South region here, the first region, in the NCAA tournament. Number 4, you have Texas Tech, the 13th overall seed. Number 3, you have Wisconsin, the 11th overall seed. Number 2, you have Texas A&M, the number 6 overall seed. And number 1 is, of course, the Auburn Tigers, the number 1 overall seed. Absolutely crazy to hear that. The chairman of the committee yesterday at the time of recording this video, it will be Monday or 2 days ago by the time you guys are seeing this video, said that Auburn was the unanimous number 1 overall seed right now, which is absolutely wild to hear. Obviously, the most quad 1 wins in NCAA right now at 12 or 13, I believe, and we can definitely add some more. Texas A&M on the 2 seed line. I like that a lot. I like them being the top overall 2 seed. I really do. Between Purdue, Houston, and Tennessee, I don't really think that there's a team better than Texas A&M right there on that 2-seeded line, which we'll talk about here in a second. But I do like Texas A&M. They can shoot the ball. Wade Taylor is a freakishly athletic player. He obviously was a huge part in their win over Arkansas on Saturday. So Texas A&M I do like at the number 2 spot. Wisconsin at number 3. I don't follow Big Ten hoops that much, but Wisconsin did knock off Purdue on Saturday. So maybe Doubt Edge will move them up to a 2-seeded line come Selection Sunday. Keep in mind, we still have 4 weeks until we get the full bracket, which is absolutely crazy to hear. We're only 4 weeks away. But Wisconsin at a 3 seed currently, I do like the idea of. And then Texas Tech, the 13 overall seed, I believe number 18th or so in the country. They're going to be a threat in the South region. That is for sure. Texas Tech, they could shoot the ball. They could play with anybody. They can hang with anybody. I believe they're like 3rd or 4th right now in the Big 12 Conference, which we'll talk about who's 2 and 3. 1, 2, and 3 coming up here. But Texas Tech is going to be a threat. Texas A&M is going to be a threat. And Wisconsin, I'm not so sure about because I don't follow Big Ten. But overall, I like the South region bracket. I really do. Auburn, obviously, getting to choose where they want to play helps them out a lot. Of course, they're going to go with Atlanta just because it's closest to them, about 2.5 hours away from campus. And, yeah, that, of course, is the South region. Let us move on to the next one. All right, now we go to the Midwest region of the bracket. Let us go ahead and reveal these 4 seeds. I'm sure you guys have already seen it. But number 1, of course, the number 2 overall seed is the Alabama Crimson Tide. We'll talk about them here in a second. Number 2 is Purdue. We will also talk about them here in a second at number 7. Number 3 is Iowa State at number 9. And number 4, the Kansas Jayhawks at the 15th overall seed in the NCAA tournament. Now, let us start with Kansas here. We'll go backwards since we went forward, or from top to bottom. We'll go bottom to top here in the Midwest region. Kansas at number 4. Again, I don't follow Big 12 hoops that much. I know Kansas is usually pretty good in Big 12 play, but there seems to be a lot of other teams that are really good in Big 12 play as well. Iowa State, they are a team that can shoot the ball from anywhere. Auburn played them early in the year in the Maui. They could hang with anybody. They took us down to the wire, and Iowa State is definitely going to be a threat in that region as well. Purdue, I'm not so sure about Purdue right now. I'm really not, because Purdue, they just lost to Michigan, or they just lost to Wisconsin at home on Saturday. I'm not sure what the final score was, but they did lose to Wisconsin on Saturday, so I'm very interested to see how they will bounce back and if the committee will change that come due time here. Now, one game's not going to determine everything. You still got 4 more weeks to play. I believe at least 6 games plus the conference tournaments before Selection Sunday. But I like Purdue here. I think they are going to be just fine. One game's not going to determine anything, especially against a ranked Wisconsin team at home as well. So, Purdue on the 2 seed line, I think for now is a really good decision by the committee as well. And then, of course, number 1, you got Alabama, who did fall to Auburn, of course, which they were hating on us this week, and we got that dub. So that's all I got to say about that one. We can move on to the next one. But yeah, that is the Midwest region of the NCAA tournament. So far, right now, as they did their early bracket preview show, Alabama 1, Purdue 2, Iowa State 3, and Kansas 4. A very well-balanced region, if you're asking me. A lot of tough teams in that one, and Alabama's going to have a hard time getting through that region. All right, now let us head out west in the West region bracket, there. Number 1 seed, of course, Florida as the number 4 overall seed. Number 2 is Houston as the number 8 overall seed. Number 3, Kentucky as the number 10 overall seed. And then number 4, Michigan as the number 14 overall seed. Let us start, though, with the Michigan Wolverines. Trey Donaldson has been playing really good basketball for the Michigan Wolverines. They can shoot the 3 ball. They can defend well in the paint. They're going to be a threat to anybody in the Big Ten, that is for sure. Number 3, Kentucky. Kentucky, they just fell to Texas in Austin on Saturday night, might I add. So I'm interested to see how that shakes up the SEC, how that shakes up this bracket right here. Obviously, this is finalized right now because it's just a little bit of a preview. It's not the full bracket. I'm interested to see, will that change anything for the selection committee, or will they keep it the same just because it is Kentucky? Number 2, Houston. I really like that decision by the committee. I like Houston as the number 2 seed. Again, Houston did play Auburn and Alabama. They both lost, but they can hang with anybody. I believe they were down on Saturday against Arizona, and I think they came back and won that game. So, Houston, never count them out. They can hang with anybody, as they should be just fine when it comes to making the NCAA tournament and being a 1 or a 2 seed as well. And then you have the Florida Gators, the only one of only 2 teams to beat Auburn. We'll talk about the second team here shortly in the East region. But one of the only 2 teams to beat Auburn. They didn't just beat Auburn; they beat them at home pretty bad. They also beat Tennessee once pretty bad as well. Florida's a threat, man. I'm telling you, Florida's going to be a threat in the NCAA tournament, and I'm not shocked that they are put at the 1 seeded line as well. So in the West, not a bad overall bracket right there, or at least 1 through 4 seeded for the most part. I am fine with that. Yeah, number 1, Florida. Number 2, Houston. Number 3, Kentucky. And number 4, Michigan. All are, of course, in the West region bracket. And then last but certainly not least, how can we forget about the East region in New York, or Newark, I believe, is where they are going, and Providence. Number 4, St. John's. Number 3, Arizona. Number 2, Tennessee. And number 1, Duke. Only one SEC team in this region, but we do have Duke in there as a 3 seed again. They are going to meat ride the heck out of Cooper Flag. That is just going to be in the committee's blood. That is going to be in the NCAA's blood. They're going to be riding everybody on Duke's team for the most part, so I'm not shocked that Duke is the number 1 seed. But I'm also not shocked because who else are they going to put there right now? They're not going to put Tennessee up there. They're probably not going to put Houston. They're probably not going to put Purdue or Texas A&M over Duke. So Duke naturally is going to be the third 1 seed as well. Number 2, Tennessee. I like Tennessee on the 2-seeded line. They did struggle a little bit against Vanderbilt as well, but Ziegler, he can hit anything. They can make shots. They can play defense. I like Tennessee on the 2-seeded line, and they're definitely going to be a threat when it comes to tournament time as well. Arizona at the number 3 seeded. They just fell to Houston, a number 2 seed. So naturally, I think they stay the same for the most part. That was a really good Houston team. So I think Arizona is going to stay at number 3 for the most part. And then number 4, you got St. John's. I don't watch Big East basketball, and I believe this is the only team from the Big East that was in the top 4 seeds right now. But I don't watch Big East basketball. I'm not going to hit on St. John's, so I'm not going to talk about that one. But overall, again, not a very bad bracket as well. Again, when you think about it, where they have to put teams geographically, where they got to put teams and also rank them as well, it kind of can get a little bit confusing. So I give credit to the committee. This was a well done bracket preview. And yeah, the East region consists of Duke, Tennessee, Arizona, and St. John's to close us out. Anyway, that is going to do it for today's video. Let me know what you thought of the video in the comments down below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe, turn that bell on, as we do our best to post all this channel every single day. With that being said, I'm going to hop off, get this edited so you guys can watch it on time. Have a great rest of your Monday. No NBA games today. We are on the All-Star break now officially. The All-Star game was last night, tonight at the time of recording this video. So, there's that for you. No NBA. I don't think there's any hoops on tonight. I could be mistaken. But, again, it is a slow Monday night in the world of sports. So, once again, thank you all so much for watching. Again, like, subscribe, turn that bell on. War Eagle, as always, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace.